Benedict.
I mean, just on that conversation there, as usual, I'm sort of left scratching my head, wanting to know what's so difficult about taking away phones from children.
Yeah.
Why is it that actually the default is we have to give them all of this technology in the world, and then it's up to somebody else to police what it is that they see? No, be a parent, be a grown-up, don't let them have the phone. On the subject of this particular debate, of this particular row, I think it is an example of political opportunism by Labour, and some might say that there's a cleverness to it. There's also a repulsiveness to it, which is that they have seen the visceral anger that is emerging in many parts of this country around sexual assaults on children and on women, from what people perceive to be grooming gangs in some cases. There is also, as has been highlighted recently over the last couple of weeks, the safety of people in the vicinity of migrant hotels. This is something that is coming to the fore. Labour understands, A, that people feel viscerally, very strongly about sexual assaults, sexual attacks, and sexual vulnerability. They also understand what it is doing to their own polling, that they are not being perceived as being tough on this. So rather than actually try to address any of this, they're just going to tar their political opponents with the same thing. They're going to say, oh, well, they're just as bad when it comes to sexual safety as we are. And actually, that this is what it's all about, is that you need to be careful about these people because they're going to lessen the safety of your children. Once again, take away the phones, take away access to the computers, and you deal with a large part of the problem. And I think it's particularly egregious, the example of Jimmy Savile saying, oh, well, Jimmy Savile would be doing this, that, and the other. Jimmy Savile did all of his abuse in broad daylight, in person. He was not grooming people on the internet. He was doing it, and it was known to authorities, including, dare I say, a couple of Labour MPs, why it is that you'd then take this particular example and then go, you have to be careful because Nigel Farage is potentially on the same side as Jimmy Savile. It is incredibly offensive to Jimmy Savile's own victims who were abused in person, not over the phone.
Yeah, very good point. Very good point.
Strong case. But Benedict Spence, thanks indeed for joining us and talking through the most extraordinary row that has broken out over the course of the last few hours.
Yeah, do get in touch. tvnews.com/your say. Interested to get your thoughts on all of this.